And right now, I got a motherfucking problem. That's right, Uriel got a motherfucking problem. Now, my problem is this. If you are a heavy-duty religious person right now, yes, right now, and you like to get into these videos of talking about people selling their souls and stuff like this, I need you to understand this. If you got a 9-to-5, yes, a job, if you got a 9-to-5, then you have sold your soul to the devil also.
Okay, the logic that dude just used is demonic logic. That is coming straight from the source inside himself. So it's just like the Matrix when the agents take over anybody. The bum, this person, that person, they can take over anybody. The Bible says they all of one mindset. And they all think alike worldwide. They do. And so this agent right here, or this devil, or this demonic being, he is right. Low key, everybody with a job has sold their soul. According to scriptures, you can't buy, sell, or trade without taking the mark. The mark is selling your soul, if you don't know. You may have not did an outright sell your soul, but it's kind of like in the closet, sell your soul. So if you have a job, if you have a social security number, you have an ID, you have a driver's license, you have a bank account, you got, every time you sign your signature on anything, you are doing a contract with the devil. Okay, let's continue.
You sold your soul to the devil also. Just in a lower vibrational shape and form kind of way. Now, I don't care how you're going to try to justify it. I don't care what kind of logic you're going to try to use to go against what I'm saying. And I don't care about what that book and what lie it have taught you to go teach to others. You have sold your soul to the devil. So before you go make all these conspiracy videos about celebrities selling their soul because they're getting a larger amount of what you're trying to get, and you're just mad and upset because you're doing it on a smaller scale. So this is what you need to understand. Where is all the motherfucking videos about the rituals and the spells Illuminati is putting on y'all for y'all to be working at y'all bum ass McDonald's job?
There's an exercise where we could say this: rock star energy drink. Wow, I just put that in history. See how quick history come up right there. Rock star energy drink. Those who want to do the exercise, we're going to say rock star to ourselves without opening our mouths, without saying anything outside. We're going to say this to ourselves. We're going to say rock star to ourselves. Don't say it out loud at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the question to ask, if you've said rock star in your mind, the question to ask is, what voice is that? What voice is that? What voice just spoke? You just said rock star without moving your mouth at all. On top of that, you on top of saying rock star, you heard yourself say rock star. How can you hear yourself say rock star and no vibration of sound has happened? See, this puts a different perspective on what sound actually is. And what memory is. Memory's not in the brain, memory's in the soul. The only thing you take with you after this life is your memories or your knowledge, your experiences. That's the only thing you take. Unless you study Egypt culture, they believe you can take all this stuff with you on the other side. Just as a side note. But if you said rock star in your mind or in your being is the true answer, is the true statement. In your being, what was that voice? What was the voice that spoke and then you heard yourself speaking? But these ears did not hear you say anything because your mouth didn't move. So the ears didn't hear it, the mouth did not move, but you spoke and you heard yourself speaking. If you close your eyes, you can see this better. If you close your eyes and put this image in another sight, if you close your eyes, you can still see this. What is the sight that can see your future? These two eyes don't see the future. These two eyes don't see the past. Yet, you can see your past and you can see your future. You can actually see your past. What is the sight that can see beyond time? Don't give it away. What is this? Is an ancient meditation. This is an ancient meditation that I am not the flesh. I am the energy, the consciousness, the being in the flesh. And this is proof. This is no faith. This is not religion. This is actual fact. You can speak without moving your mouth. You can hear without ears. You can see without eyes. So what happens when these eyes, this mouth, and this ear drops off into the grave? These other senses are all you're left with. Death is an illusion. Once you realize this, you live your life more courageously. Now, no one wants to die before their time, so you try to protect yourself. But know that this body is the limitation of you. It is not your zenith. It is not your ultimate. Your ultimate is that voice that just said rock star. That voice that just said rock star without nothing physical moving, that person is immortal. That person is not here with you. Let's go deeper. The body is in, 3 dimensions, right? Forward, back, right, left, up, down, and time. 4th dimension. 3 dimensions plus time. That's our physical reality. Front, back, right, left, up, down, that's 3D plus time. What happened to in and out? Look at the English thought. Back, forth, right, left, up, down, no in and out. No in and out. What is in and out? Rock star. Rock star says, I exist without the body. So where is this other existence? Where is it? It's not here. It's not in 3-dimensional space where you really are. The person that said this is in a whole different dimension. Just switch a little bit. Talk to yourself more. Affirm to yourself more. Don't move none of this. No, close this down and go within and say, I am the greatest ... ever. I have all my needs coming with speed. I am a being of love and light and knowledge. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Whatever it is, have your affirmation on your tongue. Or, in your being. This is how the gods created this whole reality. The first humans, imagine, the first humans, they came from inner space. They came out. Study the Anunnakis. They came out of inner space. Not from outer space. Inner space. Rock star. Before there was a body, there was this voice traveling in this voice's dimension. To get here to the earth, the inner voice created this outer extension of itself to be in this dimension. Once you realize that you are not just in this dimension, but you're also in another dimension, you now are free. Because whatever happens to you here in this dimension is not your only reality. See, this is how Jesus was able to get beaten and brutalized and hang on the cross. He wasn't here. He was the rock star. Inside, he went to the inner man. Do what you want with the body. I'm not here. Now, once you realize that level of consciousness, where you are officially, you identify yourself as the spirit, not the flesh. You are the inner voice, not the outer voice. Once you become the inner voice, now your outer voice has power. Now when you speak, it's not just a shell speaking. There's a being speaking through the shell. And this is where you heal all sickness in your body. This is where you command reality to work with you, and it works according to your consciousness. Why? Because it's not a shell that's speaking. There's a real being in the shell that is speaking. And when the real being speaks, all nature and the universe responds.
2 words, people: Egyptology and Scientology. That's all that is. Boils down to, I am a God. And God said he's going to do what? He's going to destroy every God from heaven and below. Every God he's going to destroy. And so, what is this demon telling you to do? He's telling you to look within yourself. Watch. Reach within yourself. All of these demons worldwide all say the same thing. Go with your heart. It's always inside yourself, huh? What's inside of a jinn? A Gentile. None but a demon. When you go inside yourself, so I say again, the best thing to describe these demons is the movie The Matrix, when the agent was going from person to person trying to find Neo and the rest of them. Right? And he could take over anybody's body anywhere, whether they're in a helicopter, on the ground, in the business office, a bum, whatever. There you have it. And so these jinn, or these demons inside of their heads, is speaking for them and inviting you to a new age religion, which is an old age religion, because there's nothing new underneath the sun. So again, I'm gonna tell you, people, nobody sings, nobody plays sports, nobody drives fast, nobody does anything without the help of jinn or God. If y'all don't understand, watch this. Nobody comes up with nothing original. There is nothing original. People don't get it. You didn't manifest or come up with shit. That was imposed on you. A human being only has a choice. You only have a choice of whether you're going to obey God or you're going to listen to Satan. The end. All the suggestions inside of your head, what's speaking inside of your head, humans don't have power either. The power is God's. Even Satan's power is God's. And God is going to remove that power and those people in power and break the pride of the power. You know. And so again, when you look inside yourself, they're looking for that demon to take you over. They do it in yoga. They do it in everything. Everything is look towards the inner self. No, idiots. Everything is look towards the Most High God of Israel. And so you always have those who worship themselves, idolize others, idolize themselves, or worship the stars.
There are a few different statements, but the actual statement is, you, meaning the Jewish people, are called Adam, are called Adam.
Okay.
And the Ovdei Kochavim, the worshippers of stars, are not called Adam.
Meaning the worshippers of other gods.
God and Christ said worship God alone. Gentiles cannot do that. And so that's how you would know whom is a Gentile and who is not. Why? Because a Gentile is going to add Christ. A Gentile is going to add Krishna. They're going to add Buddha. They're going to add themselves as an idol. They're going to add body parts. you know, somebody's dick, they idolize it, they worship it. They're going to worship tits, they're going to worship ass, you know, ass worship, feet worship. Gentiles cannot worship God alone. They have to idolize something. And so this is what he means. And star worship. What is star worship? Jesus Christ is a star. He is the morning star. He is an idol. Lucifer is the morning star. He is an idol. God, according to the infiltrated verse in the Bible, is the sun. Sun worship. The true worshipers of God worship God in truth and in spirit. They don't add anything with their maker.
A few more things about what to say in court. This will be a surprise if you have to go to court. When the name of the trust, example John Doe, is called by the judge aka administrator aka trustee, you can stand and ask, are you saying that the trust which we are now administering is the John Doe Trust, Your Honour? And you watch him turn white. The moment you, what's the word? In the moment you just show an inkling of that knowledge, because they are hiding this fact, they are denying that they're operating trust law. We can stand up, okay, this establishes that we know that the name is a trust, not a live man. What's the judge's first question? What is your name? State your name for the record. We must be very careful not to identify with the name of the trust, because doing so makes us the trustee. What does this tell you about the judge? If we know that the judge is the trustee, then we know that the judge is the name, but only for this particular constructive trust, which is the case. Prosecution, it's a hearing, it's in the Inquisition. Now, think about all the times that the judge have become so frustrated by our refusal to admit to being the name that they issue a warrant, and then as soon as the man leaves, he is arrested. How idiotic is that? They must feel foolish for saying John Doe is not in the court, so I'm issuing a warrant for his arrest, and then the man whom they just admitted is not there is arrested because he is there. That's how it works, this personal fiction. It's disgusting. Their desperation makes them insane. They must get us to admit to being the name, or they pay. Remember, he's got to bring his checkbook along, man, because he has to pay if he fails to shift the liability over to us, and we prosecute and we sign. We execute our own sentence. This is beautiful, what you're going to learn here. This is really, really beautiful. They're desperate. They must get us to admit to being the name, or they pay, and we must not accept their coercion, or we pay. Because the judge is the trustee, a precarious position, the best thing to say in that case is, John Doe is indeed in the court, Your Honour. Point to the judge, it is you, as trustee. You are John Doe today, aren't you? Why not? Why not? We have dominion. We are men and women. We're not persons. We're not. We can't keep going with the fiction. Why? Why would you? It's insane. During their frustration over not admitting to being a trust name, the trustee and or executor of the trust, we ought to ask who they are. Before we go any further, I need to know who you are. Address the clerk of the court. The trustee for the Sestui KV Trust owned by the state province. Are you the Sestui KV trustee who has appointed this judge as a trustee for the Sestui KV Trust owned by the state province? Are you the Sestui KV trustee who has appointed this judge as administrator and trustee of the constructive trust case number Did you also appoint the prosecutor as executor? Did you also appoint the prosecutor as executor of this constructive trust? Then point to the judge. So you are the trustee, then point to the prosecutor. You are the executor, are you not? And I'm the beneficiary. So now we know who's who, and as beneficiary, I authorize you to handle the accounting and dissolve this constructive trust. We have the power to do that. Dissolve this hearing. I don't want to accuse. I'm not into sin. I'm divine. I'm from heaven. One heaven. I'm a spirit. I'm not the dead. This is what they consider us. This is how they do it. Lost at sea, abandoned, filial, minor or incompetent, ward of the state, etc. Because that's why they made the trusts. They made them for ward of the state. There's someone who's incompetent, you know, like if someone's, say like a very severely mentally handicapped person and his parents die and his uncle steps in and says, "Oi, yeah, I'll look after him. I'll look after him. Everything's in trust," and because he loves him and he takes care of him. Yes. Yeah. I went through some words, didn't I? That was just a bunch of words, guys. It's all there. Look, you'll see it. It's the Inquisition. I'll just finish up this. I now claim my body, so I am collapsing the Sestui KV trust which you have charged, as there is no value in it. You have committed fraud against all laws. Likely we will not get to hear that before the judge will order case dismissed. Or even more likely, the PE, as he clings tightly to his checkbook, will call, "We withdraw the charges." You watch it and see it happen, guys. Yes. Oh, yes. There's hundreds and thousands of people doing this and doing it. There's a video clip on remember this, loveforlife.com. Do you know that one? Go to it. Have a look at this guy, and in 5 minutes, the judge has walked out the door. Why does the judge walk out and have a recess? Do you know why? I'll just finish off with this really quickly. 3 forms of law in the court. When you go to court and the magistrates, you get UCC. First up, commercial law. They can only fine you here. You can only get a fine. When the judge has a recess, he's not telling you what he's doing. He's changing the form of law. And you can go to prison in canon law. That's the Vatican. That's canon law. It's not common law. It's admiralty law. Admiralty law. This is the second form of law. This is the first one. The third is Talmudic. From the Bible. This gives them the priest to send, this gives them the authority as the priests of Baal to send you to your sentence of death. Here they can send you to jail. That's why he runs out of court. You'll see the judge in that video clip on the website, loveforlife.com or .org, whatever, you'll find it. And go down and have a look at the guy, and you'll see how the judge goes, because he got frustrated with this guy. The guy just refused to give him his name. He said, "Are you John Doe?" And he goes, "I'm John." I'll repeat, "Are you John Doe?" He says, "I'm John." "Do you have a family name?" He says, "Oh, I have a family name, but that's not important for today. John will do. I'm here to offer remedy." And the judge got so angry, he said, "Sit down!" He's basically yelling. He's telling his dupes, his bailiffs and all these sheriffs and everything to get him and throw him out of the court. And he says, "Don't do that. You'll be dishonouring a court official," because he'd already given his documents to the bailiff. And once those documents are on that bench, that's it. They can dishonour that. And it's very, very dangerous. Anyway, the judge got frustrated and he goes, "We're going to have a recess." And the guy says, "How long? I haven't got all day. How long are you going to be?" And anyway, the judge opens the door and walks out. Just as he walked out, he realised, he says, "The judge has jumped ship," because that's what this is, a ship. Remember, it's admiralty. It's the law of the high seas. He's in his ship. He's in his boat. So he immediately announced, he said, "For the record, the judge has jumped ship. He's abandoned ship. I, as a sovereign in this court, take authority. Case closed. with prejudice, have a nice day, and just walked out. Okay? This is the power you've got. If they adjourn the case, that's fine. It stays in the same court. If the judge says we're going to have a recess, that's when you step in and you say, Your Honour, I don't consent. Because it's an offer. They're administering the trust. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to consent. The jail is just a warehouse where they put the goods, where they store the goods. That's all it is. You're just the goods, because you are their goods. So that's the power you have. You don't consent. And you can always relay to the judge that if you want to have an appeal, if you say to the judge, I seek an appeal for I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law, remember that sentence, I seek leave for an interlocutory appeal on a matter of law. If you say that, then the judge is going to be very, very reluctant to let you go to appeal, because then he misses out on his commission. It's all about commissions. They're getting paid and they're addicted to the payments that come from it. The thing is about honour. You can call the judge Your Honour, you know, because if you have more honour than the prosecution, who are liars, and if you go in there honourably in every way, treat the judge with respect, and you will win.
What is he saying? He's saying the judge himself, the lawyers, everybody involved in the court system is trying to get you to identify as the fictitious name and picture on a driver's license, birth certificate, or social security number. When they get you to identify as that, then they can prosecute you. You know, the straw man, as they call, on your IDs is not you. So if you play the devil's game and say, they ask you, is this you on this driver's license? And you said, that is me. Is that you? Or are you standing over there trying not to pay so much or go to jail for a long time? That's you. And so it'll be a hell of a damn day in court if you deny being that person. They might even give you a psychic evaluation. You know what I mean? But he's saying the judge knows, and the judge is a word wizard. Most people just comply, you know, because they don't know the truth, that the courts is being ran by demons. The whole world is being ran by demons. Nobody is human. It's hard for me to get that across to people. Let me say this. Very few are human. So the humans survived the flood. It was 8. The humans survived Sodom and Gomorrah. There were 3. You know, and all the rest of the people who died during the ages were not human. And so they have you listed in the government as cattle, what do they call it? Farm animals. You know, livestock, people. You don't know that. That is in the law, that you are livestock and you are to be treated as livestock, and they can do whatever they will with you. They can pass judgment and sentences on you because you are agreeing to be their livestock.
So all y'all dumbass religious people and shit like that who talk about, oh yeah, all these people out here try to teach you how you could be your own God and shit like that. That's what God trying to teach you. Is you stupid? Sometimes I just want to choke you retarded ass religious people. Because these motherfucking spirits got y'all so fucking lost. Damn.
So here we have in 2019, the devil and his seed is still preaching the same shit that he duped Adam and Eve with in the garden the first time. Genesis 3, number 5. For God does know, says Satan, that in the day you eat thereof of the forbidden fruit, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. what actually happened. Were we as gods, or did we fall from grace? You know, and land in misery, and had to go through labor and sweat, work by the sweat of our brow. You know, and now we facing hell and judgment from the Most High God for listening to satanic idiots like them. So just like I said, you can get duped into their word wizardry. You can get duped into their new knowledge teaching and their conscious mindset. But they're unconscious of God. The eye, the all-seeing eye, is the left eye. All it can see is the material world. It is blind to God, the Most High God of Israel. And so that eye will be smashed in the hellfire with all these demonoids preaching that conscious movement shit. Let's wrap the news.